Ryuen 800 million plan is impossible, and here is why. The most normal way to reach Class A is to fight among the classes and gain the most class points by the end of the school year. The other way is by collecting 20 million points and using it to transfer class. However, no one ever succeeds in collecting 20 million points and becomes a Class A student. The reason is simple, because collecting 20 million points is near impossible for an individual. Koenji once tried to buy private points using real money, but his method is no longer prohibited by the school, and it was only possible for him because he is rich. Nagumo plan makes more sense. By collecting every single point from students in his grade, he manages to gain more than 60 million, enough to transfer 3 students to Class A. However, Ryuen plan take it to a higher stage. Ryuen had a plan to collect 800 million points and transfer every single student from his class to Class A. Collecting 20 million is already near impossible, so 800 million sounds like a joke. However, Ryuen is not someone who will make funny jokes. He must be sure there is a chance for that plan to succeed. And now let's play with our imagination. If everything went according to Ryuen plan, is there any chance to succeed? If each class has 1,000 class points and 40 students, that means there will be 48 million points circulated each month. If all those points flow to Ryuen pocket, he could get 800 million points in 17 months. However, this scenario is too good to be true. Let's just talk in the border of logic. At the beginning of the school year, all class receive 1,000 class points. If they behave perfectly, the entire class could get 4 million points each month. If they didn't spend a single point for their entire school life, they could get 140 million points for 35 months of school. There is also a method to get points from another class, like what Ryuen did with his contract with Class A. Katsuragi and Ryuen contract stated that every student from Class A needs to transfer 20,000 points to Ryuen each month for the rest of school life. With this contract, Ryuen could get 800,000 points each month. If he somehow manages to make a contract with the other 2 classes, that will be to 0.4 million a month. Let's say Ryuen has the contract for 2 years, that will be around 57 million. And then there is the junior class. If Ryuen manages to get the same contract with the 4 classes for just a year, he will get around 38 million points. I guess it's impossible to get a point from a senior student because they are under total control of Nagumo. 140 plus 57 plus 38 equals 235 million. It's really far from 800. Ryuen could raise the total point of the contract, or try to put his hand in senior students' pockets, but it still will be far from 800. If Ryuen wants to get 800 million with that kind of contract, he needs to raise the contract to around 133,000 points per student. That is impossible, no matter how we see it. Moreover, with the new system introduced by Tsukishiro, the new student only got 800 class points at the beginning of the year, so they will have fewer points. If they do well in a special exam, they can get much higher, especially if there is an exam with a bunch of private points as a reward. However, if they can do that and reach Class A through winning a special exam, then what's the point of collecting money? Ryuen 800 million plan has a lot of holes and too much what if. In theory, it's hardly possible. In the current condition, it's already impossible. We already passed the 2nd year arc, and there is only 1 year left to collect points. Even Ryuen himself already gave up on this idea. He cancels his contract with Sakayanagi and uses 20 million points to bring Katsuragi to his class. Ryuen chose to bring his class to Class A. It makes more sense than collecting 800 million. However, the 800 million plan is such an interesting idea. It's something that you hope came from Ryuen's mind. I hope he uses more of his creativity in 3rd year arc.